Hey, it's Ernesto Guillermo here with Hat Talk, and we're talking about more E3 2014. In this video, Ubisoft's conference.
First of all, this conference, like most Ubisoft conferences, was really awkward. They brought back Aisha Taylor again, and
Not really.
she was really awkward, but she got better after a while. She kind of calmed down, but
Yeah.
I don't really get why they feel the need to try this really awkward, trendy humor. 420, guys, get it?
Yeah, 420, the F word. Oh, Footloose remake. It's great, but not great.
They started off with Far Cry 4, just a cinematic trailer showing off the characters, that kind of thing. Then they showed it again later, when they showed gameplay. What did you think of the gameplay?
Looked pretty cool. We're in India, I think, but judging by the music and the car and the elephants are really awesome. They look like they're on your side. They go around destroying cars and blowing up buildings for you, which is pretty awesome.
You think it'll be like Assassin's Creed where you can summon a pack of elephants to do your bidding?
I hope. And then next up, they had a whole bunch of people come on the stage and dance, showing off Just Dance 2015. It looks like one of the new things for this game is you can actually upload your dance, like the actual video of yourself dancing, and then other people can dance to you.
And of course, the best way to demonstrate a dancing game is to have other professional dancers do dances that you can see.
Yeah.
Because that's what will make you want to dance.
Mm-hmm. And now you can get an app on your phone that turns your phone into the controller, so you can dance anywhere.
Because, just having one input in your hand, that's an easy way to tell if you're dancing or not.
Mm-hmm. Your hand makes up 90% of the dance moves.
We got to see The Division again after it was shown at Microsoft's conference. This time it was just a cinematic trailer. And honestly, it's completely different from what they've shown so far with the gameplay and stuff. Like, the gameplay's all friends together doing fun stuff in a post-apocalyptic city, and this is it's so dark, so real.
Yeah.
The horrors of war.
The sad, Christmas song being, sung by a little kid, that stereotypical horror music sort of thing.
Not really horror, more like tragedy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. Innocence is lost. Christmas, no.
Next up, they showed a racing game called The Crew, where they claim you can literally drive anywhere in the States, like the entire country of America.
They've mapped it all out.
Yeah.
Something that even Google Maps has struggled to do.
And there's no loading screens, so once you load the game the first time, you can just drive anywhere with no problem.
No, they said there's no loadings at all.
Yeah, it never has to load initially either, apparently.
No loadings. So it just seemed like Ubisoft is going with big is automatically good again. Just let's have a huge area to explore and not actually have anything to it again. And it still seems really impractical to actually have that. Let's talk about how there'll be 1 hour long missions. That sounds way too long for a mission, but also kind of shows how quickly you can get around, which means it isn't really a scale model of America at all.
Which I hope it's not, because that'd be kind of a little too ridiculous for me. I like a big game, but not that big.
We got another peek at Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yay!
We've got to see a couple new weapons, that kind of thing, like the Phantom Blade, the next evolution of the Hidden Blade. We also got to see some more of the cooperative play, and it turns out that not every mission is going to be able to use every character. The missions show a limit of how many players can actually be in a mission.
Yeah, so the new main assassin's named Arno, and the release date will be October 28th of this year. They showed a little bit more of going in buildings, which looks kind of cool. Maybe a little bit copy and paste, kind of every building's maybe a little bit the same, but still I'm excited to be able to actually go inside of them. And again, the smoothness of all the parkour, it's way better than the past Assassin's Creed.
You can finally jump down. They have downward parkour now. It's amazing.
Going down looks so much nicer than before. Usually you just drop off and you're dead, so this is much better.
It actually makes sense that the parkour would be a lot smoother in this game too, because apparently Paris is where parkour made its actual historical beginnings.
Next up is a new fitness game called Shape Up, where the idea is you do normal fitness stuff, but it's a game, so it's more fun. So they had doing push-ups, and your body actually goes on the screen, and they put weights on your back, and it's a competition. And apparently you can punch terrorists for one of the modes, which sounds pretty fun actually. But the dancing is exactly like doing DDR, so it's not really.
It looks worse than DDR.
Yeah, worse than DDR, because it's only sideways. There's no behind you for one, so that's kind of.
Well, also more importantly, there's no actual board that shows where the buttons are.
Yeah, no board. You're just jumping on top of the ground you're on to the left and right.
So basically, the point of this game is working out your brain is easy, but working out your body sometimes is hard. But this game does it in a way that just feels like games. Next, they showed Valiant Hearts, which is probably the saddest thing that I've seen all year.
Basically, I'll tell you why it's sad.
Why is it sad? Because it's like a dog, and it's sad and it's real. It's based on like letters and stuff like that. And there's a dog crying at like the graves of all these other people. And then I don't get what kind of game it's actually gonna be. It doesn't really tell me at all. It's made in the Ubisoft engine, so it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really nice. They said they actually made a real documentary on the war. I think it's World War II.
Probably.
So they made an actual documentary, and then they show some actual pictures from the documentary, like actual real pictures in the game that you can find. But yeah, the game just looks too sad for me, so I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, if there's one thing Ubisoft's good at is doing research and finding all this historical stuff, so it's right up their alley.
And the last game of the conference was Tom Clancy's... when I said Clancy. The last game of the conference was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and it actually looks really cool. It's basically Payday, but done right. And you can blow up like all the walls and the floors and everything in the building.
Yeah, fully destructible environments. We've been waiting for this since like the dawn of video games.
Yeah, it looks really neat. Basically, you're going, like what they showed is you go in, you try and save this hostage from a building. For instance, there was a terrorist below you, so you blew up the floor, and then you go in, shoot them from above. It's pretty cool.
They had the exact same thing they had with Tom Clancy's The Division, though, where they had a really fake, like, co-op thing going on, where everyone was talking, being all cinematic and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that part's not really gonna actually happen, but still, the game looks pretty neat.
Yeah, conceptually cool, but honestly, it's just, with Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, I just don't trust Ubisoft with these big games as much as I do with their small ones.
So overall, it wasn't really the best conference. It was better than EA's because they actually showed some stuff, but I didn't really like any of the announcers.
Not that much, like, pre-alpha stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still pretty cringeworthy. It just got by virtue of not being as boring as EA is.